in YouTube, whether you're catching us live or catching the VOD. Thanks for joining us for another day. It is Disco Elysium, day 4. We left off yesterday at the very beginning of day 4, having just accepted, I believe, a quest to save the world with moralism. So we've got that to look forward to today. We also should can finish processing our Motorway South thought, and I would like to internalize the art degree as well. So I have a couple of soft goals for us ahead of the day, in addition to solving the murder, of course. So let's go ahead and get it fired up and get into Disco Elysium. Shirt is teal and the sheet is like a moss green. Yeah, I always said they were different. The cop of the apocalypse is going to save the world because who else can save the world but somebody who acknowledges its end? Oh, I forgot to update YouTube chat. Love Glutton, did you miss any super crucial plot points yesterday? Phone was super borked and gotta catch the VOD still. I feel like some significant things happened yesterday, but I don't know that I remember them all off the top of my head. Let me fix this YouTube thing real quick. I mean, we found out that the guy was killed supposedly because he raped a woman, and then we talked to the woman and she said it wasn't rape, and then we determined that maybe then that the guys were lying to us about why they actually killed the hanged man. We faked the signatures that Everett wanted to build the youth center that would have taken over the fishing village. So we made him think that we were going to go along with it, but because we faked the signatures in the long run, it won't take hold. What else did we do? We looked for the Insulindian Phasmid some more, and I think kind of soft came to the conclusion that it doesn't exist. Trying to think. I don't think I remember any other major plot lines, but if any come to mind, I'll let you know. We got a new home. We got a free home. So we're staying in this little shack for free. So we no longer have to pay for a hotel room. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. Yeah. Super appreciate that. Do see that it says with art, did we get some paint finally? No, but today one of my goals is to internalize the art degree thought, and I'm hoping that gives us a better roll on painting the mural. Howdy, Gold. Welcome in. Okay, so ooh, this is Inland Empire and Volition. Oh, it's a better version of the horrific necktie. Good morning, Kim. Look, he said good morning back to me. Believe the very first thing we can do, perhaps, is to go and call about the armor, the serial number on the armor. Love the art style of this game. It really is great. Hi, Brian. It's going well. I hope you're well. Slept like all day today, but that's not a new story for me. Hey, who are you?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
His shirt does say fuck the world, yes.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
Well, I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage.
So here you got lots of sleep. I guess that's one way to look at it.
At its properties.
I wish I hadn't, but I don't get a choice sometimes. The fact that Kim even considered letting you touch his car, it's pretty serious. True?
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Skulls. Now there's a strong organizational title.
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not. Cop. We're not snitches. Or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, Cop Man, is we're not part of the skulls. Yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
Of course I do. I'm just testing you boys.
The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
His voice rings with excitement.
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Say nothing. See how he likes non-verbal. Hey, Rain, welcome in. How you doing?
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags. When did this game come out? 2019, and the extended, or the final cut came out in 2021.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Yeah, good to hear you're doing well, Rain. I'm doing
Also,
all right.
He was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology. A field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
I know that you don't know shit. What, we can't engage? We can't engage in a rigorous intellectual debate?
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
Maybe it's true. The hanged man is merely a prop in a performance. We are the audience, and the artist is hiding somewhere in the dark.
That could be the case, yes. A brilliant work of art. I fully admit I don't know shit. How you doing, V?
No reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his gaze on anything. He looks very uncomfortable.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
The young man's eyes glaze over, his voice filled with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
He adds, returning from whatever void he was just visiting.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Who's Van Eyck?
Old man.
Galaxy, how
doesn't
you
matter.
doing?
You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized.
A young woman kneels on a sheet of ice, as if looking for something lost ages ago. She bends until her right ear touches the frozen water. She listens to it crack, slowly.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm pretty old.
Yep, old as fuck.
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door. No wonder you know nothing about the future. You won't be there.
Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, Commercial, welcome in. Hope you're feeling better. Glad you got today to rest up. How's it going? Pretty well. We just got started. Disco Elysium, it's a very dialogue and philosophy heavy game. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm happy about the opportunity to get in there and play it some more. Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you a part of the Skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
Throw him off his game.
Are you sure a skull would say that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're only saying practice things for now, so we don't mean no harm to the Skulls brand, or to you.
Yeah, glad to have you all here. Thanks for hanging out and being so welcoming to each other.
This is definitely something the Skulls would say. But we're not trying to encroach on the Skulls branding anyway. On the contrary, we're just here to market it.
Hold on, why does a criminal gang need marketing?
We think of it more like two franchises merging. You know, us two and the Skulls. I really feel like we would add more to the table. Spice things up here in Martinez, you know. Get the old machine of pain and suffering oiled up real good.
What would these guys have to offer any organization?
Okay, I get what the Skulls do, but what do you franchise in? Youth unemployment?
Whatever, man. Work is for pussies. You wouldn't get it anyway.
So you're just pretending to be as nasty and vicious as the Skulls?
Hey, we could be just as hard. Like pavement on top of pavement, or a brick on top of another brick.
Kind of character have I been creating for myself? So you sort of have a backstory in this game. You're not like a blank slate. I have high intellect and high psyche, which is like imagination and emotions and that sort of thing. Low physique, low motorics, which is like coordination. This dude's name P. Efsler, yes. My ideas that I've internalized, I'm inexplicably feminist. I'm a moralist, which is sort of like neoliberal centrism. I believe the apocalypse is on the way, and it's my duty to warn the people. What else about me? I have not consumed any drugs or alcohol, even though the character's background is a basically wild drug abuser. My partner sees me as a good cop. I have been made fun of for being a centrist, and also for what else? What else did the game make fun of me for? Oh, for apologizing and being too soft and eager to please. Have I been playing this with my own choices, morals? Yes, mostly. I mean, some of this is total fantasy. Like, Cop of the Apocalypse is not like I'm going around in real life warning everybody about the apocalypse. So some of it is definitely leaning into the world. Yeah, but you respect it, thank you.
Or a grave on top of a grave.
These kids have the vocabulary, but might be missing a brain.
So I've chosen skills that have a lot of background with, like, the history of the world and things that happen in it, and reading people's emotions, and dialogue and arguing with people and that sort of stuff.
Wouldn't a grave on top of a grave be just a big hole? What's hard about holes?
Enough about this scullery, then.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a longing glance at the Kanema. What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have that very uncomfortable and unfortunate thing written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
Interesting. They're forming an attention economy. You will play along. We'll say it makes sense.
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Though he seemed lacking in vocabulary, it seems that the young man has expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
And why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
Got a real love-hate thing going on with these dudes. Not see all the deep convo coming. I did. I knew that, you can tell they're going to be idealistic, and maybe their thoughts are not well tested against the world, but they've at least spent some time thinking about things.
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That is a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Oh, if you say so.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
I don't know about that. Bacon Guy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and 2 badass cops.
Hey, Kim, lower your voice.
Yes?
What do you think about their jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
Why are you always so patronizing when cool possibilities cross our path? That was an interesting thing to hear upon coming in. Are you familiar with this game? It's got a lot of interesting dialogue. This is the most Disco Elysium conversation of the whole game so far to you.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more of a pistler or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile
No,
delinquent,
I've never
if I
played a
were to
really
already be
seamless
down
game
that
before.
path, I
Oh, well,
think
welcome on in.
this
Thank you for the
is
50
stronger of
bits.
the two statements.
Yeah, so this is a 50 bacon bits, by the way. Thank you for the bacon bits. I wish I could remember the slogan for the bacon bits, but that's all right. Yeah, this is a game about dialogue and philosophies and a dead, reborn, once again dying world and all of the people existing in it. And there's a lot in the dialogue. It is unlike pretty much anything I've ever played before. That works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of a guy, except I'm an apocalypse cop, but I also want to save the world.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
All right. 28% chance. Ask for the jackets for yourself and the lieutenant. So like a Fallout kind of world, just that the world is far more fucked. It's like early post-industrialization. So there's some technology and radios and like the barest of computers. But it's also a somewhat supernatural world. There's elements and dangers to it that don't exist, in our world. It's a little difficult to say. It's almost steampunk, or if steampunk was a little more advanced, like they have flying airships and things like that. No, like, nuclear war, but there has been lots of wars. And really, it's about the society and the people.
These guys aren't scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here. It's either begging or bullying. Or both. Just ask them, maybe.
It's disco, baby. Gentlemen, I need your jackets.
Why?
I need them for official police business.
And what kind of business is that exactly?
Police business.
The lieutenant notices your agitation and opens his mouth to speak, then decides against it and merely shakes his head.
Okay, we get it. You look like total shit. We look flashy as hell. What about it?
There's a spark of sympathy in the youth's eyes. So is it post-apocalyptic or something else? It's not quite post-apocalyptic. You kind of get the sense that this world was never a great world, and its great catastrophe hasn't happened yet. There are elements of sort of apocalyptic things creeping in that threaten basically all of existence. And throughout the game, you can internalize ideologies. One of the ideologies I've internalized is that there is an apocalypse coming, and it is my duty to warn people about the end times. So, I know that's not really an answer to what you asked, but I hope it's an answer to what you asked. Also had to figure all that out because of the amnesia. True, you wake up and you don't know who you are, and you don't remember what anything is, even basic reality. So you learn more about the world as you go on, and I haven't beaten the game yet, so there's still stuff about it I don't know.
You didn't say that.
It's not shit, it's disco.
It's shit.
fuck it. I don't deserve a cool jacket. I suck. Like an impending apocalyptic kind of setting that's pretty neat sounding. Right. So imagine if there was an impending apocalypse and most of the world was aware of it, but wanted to pretend it didn't exist because they weren't capable of dealing with the ramifications of what that means. So you still have a world that's trying to industrialize and colonialism and governments trying to spread themselves in the face of all of that. And you don't even learn about the stuff that could be ending the world until many hours into the game. Like, it's not something that you find out about right away. You learn about it almost as a backdrop to everything else that's going on. That's just reality now, and like the game, I'm going to find a way to ignore that information and pretend it isn't.
Fine. Fuck it. Here. Take it then. I can't handle this sad shit.
It's true. He simply can't.
Hey, Roger, welcome in.
Empathy. Wow. I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
I am not going to wear the jacket with a slur on it.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta.
It's pretty
He'll have
fucking
your
cool. It's a
badge.
really interesting world.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
Fuck it, we don't need the other one. You said that you're more of a this kind of guy, so I got the jacket for you.
I'm not wearing that jacket.
Why not? You could really raise hell, go undercover, hard.
I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all.
Still, it's good to know that we have it, should the need arise.
The need will not arise.
And I love Kim, your partner. He's just a great counterpart to all of this.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops? Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
Okay, now we can do what we came here to do, which was to call on the
You see a
radio.
set of steering levers.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
To find out more about the owner of the armored boots.
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Why, Alice, come on. Why is it always call back later? And then when I call, when you tell me to call, it's always, oh, sorry, not yet. What's going on here, Alice? You're letting me down. Got all your dishes washed. Good job.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see
You know, I want to see if this this Don't Call Abigail guy is the missing alcoholic husband of the woman. Why is Kim so quotable? Great writing. It's too cool for school.
Danko. Danko.
He's still asleep. Well, I guess it's 8 a.m. I can't really fault him.
there's no way.
I really feel like this is the missing husband. I just don't know what to do about that information yet. Maybe we can talk to Klasia again. I don't know if she'll be awake at 8 a.m. This game assumes an awful lot of people are awake before noon. people who I don't anticipate being awake before noon. Exactly, Maiko. I actually woke up before noon today, and then I was going to go and get stuff done, and I needed to get some documents, some personal documents, so I called the local county office and remembered that they were closed for Labor Day, and then I realized I couldn't do anything that I planned to do, so I laid back down, and then I fell asleep for like 3.5 hours again. 11:45 counts as before noon exactly.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Hooray for Labor Day, except for that one part. Let's talk more about this so-called assault.
Not my favorite topic, but okay.
What can you tell me about him?
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I know it's...
She meant she sees you piss.
How about...
Alright. Maybe it'll let me know when she's ready for that. Wait, I got my gun back. What have I been doing? Equip this when times are most dire. Yeah, I have my gun finally. Maybe we should go tell Joyce that Mr. Everett helped me find my gun. Sleep is a tricky mistress indeed. How many times are we gonna tell her? As many as it takes to get the point across, I guess. Let's talk to a woman here. Let's talk about your husband again.
What about him?
She gives you.
This is just so good from Harry.
You're back. Good. What can I help you? Oh,
Mr. Everett helped me find my gun.
I have a bad feeling about this. Please just say you have it. No loops, darling.
No need to flash my gun around. Let's just say I have it now. Thank God. Pat your gun.
Thank God. And indeed, Mr. Everett as well. In this investigation, one may have use for a firearm. You wouldn't want to get caught with your pants down. Of course, Detective.
All right. What's this? Huh. Boy, is she lucky you happen to be wearing pants.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Main hall, building A.
Off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
This is the police. Please open the door. Gonna lurk for a little bit. Gotta go grab a few groceries. Sounds good, Brian. Thanks for hanging with us.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were...
There's a spot of static that overrides her
But
words.
the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Andrew Orlando Hair SCA.
You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair.
Artemiteps Boxing for Young Athletes and Gym.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
Ask Selassie if he's enjoying the stream and would like me to say so. Got a merp, which means yes. Thanks for being here, Love Glutton. Starlet, welcome in. How you doing? Good to see you. 24-hour window.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Emma's Fashion Atelier.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers the call.
Fabron's Taxi. The rest has been burned off.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
Slipstream SCA.
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Hello, is anyone there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
This is a woman's voice crackling and fragile through the static.
Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
Hold on, Tricentennial Electrics. I thought I was calling Slipstream SCA.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
Sorry?
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
Who knows my voice?
No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Do we know each other?
Michelle, just please.
She stops and you can hear her breathe heavily, her breath distorted by ancient static.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Hold on, tell me what's going on. What did I do?
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
Haunted doorbell, yeah.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor.
Hey, thanks for lurking. Hope you're doing well. Hello?
She doesn't answer.
Thank you for the hydrate as well. You said it was nice. What's so nice about forgetting?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
I get it. You don't want to talk to me. No one ever wants to talk to me.
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
Hope you're doing well, Mad. Good to see you.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
All right, it's a goodbye then.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
Wait, I have a volition check to call back.
Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and...
Am I a sorry cop? No, the game tried to make me a sorry cop, but I rejected that notion.
All right, maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner.
Call her again.
There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer the call. It's cold outside, and you can hear the wind blowing into the speaker.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Hi, it's... Oh, wait. Let's ask if we can get inside. Can you let me in, please? I need to get inside this building.
My God.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
What?
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice again.
Wait, is she...
Didn't you already say that the last time we talked?
Michelle, just please.
Even her breathing, the way her voice drops when she finishes the sentence, sounds exactly the same.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Doesn't matter what I say, you're just going to continue, right?
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echoing in the box.
Is it over? Can we talk now?
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
Say nothing.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget about you.
And then it hits you.
You're recording.
She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax cylinder. Real or not, your mirror neurons react. It feels painful to be listening to this.
Why does it still feel like it's my fault?
Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people talking in the distance, but can't make out any words. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going.
Keep listening.
A phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds.
Is anyone there?
No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow, crawling inside your head.
For 300 years I have been here, volatile and luminous, made of sodium and rain. If you want me, you can find me on the beach. Dans un dernier bal.
So,
The strange alien thought pattern ends. The lieutenant cuts in, inspecting the intercom.
it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve.
If you want me, you can find me on the beach dans le dernier bal. Wonder what that means. Something weird just happened to me. Hey, Vandal, welcome in.
Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
Kim is completely not concerned at all.
That is true.
Okay, time to continue cold calling all of the numbers on this doorbell.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident.
Tell me hi. Oh, no worries, Vandal. I don't mind. You're always welcome to lurk. Revachol Ice City.
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Main hall building B, whirling in rags. Okay, let's call the whirling in rags. Hey, thanks for lurking. Appreciate you.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
East Delta Pinball, entrance from building B. Wait, we've been trying to figure out what the door at the Whirling in Rags goes to. Is it a pinball place?
Silence. No one answers your call. Motorway south. The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild pale yonder, for an unimaginable distance, forgetting, until you can no longer remember anything. No cities, no mountains, no oceans, and finally, no vector. Nothing remains. A blank space with no point of reference, where only one type of motion is possible. The motion of a human throat. Swallow in, and then it comes to you. To reach the end of the motorway south is to be unborn. You've had this thought before, while aimlessly wandering the streets of Jamrock. A lost piece of the man you were. A dark hope.
All intellect white checks unlocked. +1 Inland Empire. Oh, very nice. Kitty, SSD Windows installed. Very nice. I know that was an issue for you. Meanwhile, your USB external hard drive is literally transferring at 437 bytes per second. Wow. Maybe you can recover it some other way. I was hoping to do some streaming tonight, but finally pushed your 6-year-old motherboard to its limit. Yes, I saw that in Commerkel's Discord. Sorry that happened. You have a moment to hear about the impending unraveling as reality as we know it. I have all of the moments for that until we are out of moments and reality unravels. Hey, Scanlon, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay, now do I have... I don't have a level yet. How close am I to a level? 9 points away. Okay, when we get a level, we're going to do the art cop thing, the actual art degree. Was able to get in about 90 minutes of streaming this morning, so still happy got out there today. Yeah, very nice. Very cool that you're getting that started up.
You see a heavy steel.
It's got to be the pinball place. It's got to be. Just can't resist a little head bob when the whirling theme starts up, right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go try the cargo container door again. From telemarketer cop to door-to-door salesman cop. Said you were aiming for a light side version of Dr. Disrespect for your online persona, but think you're gonna dump in a generous helping of Vash the Stampede from Trigun. I can't imagine how those two characters come together, and I'm glad that you specified a light side version.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
42%. Come on, let's do this.
And as it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with the rhetoric. Maybe you're losing your mind.
You're in romance with Piper on Fallout 4, but now you've met Curie and decided to romance her instead because she's been following you the whole time. Romance them all. Let's talk to Kim about taking on La Responsabilité. Said let's talk to Kim.
Yes?
So, point to your face, I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
What is it? You can tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. This sort of seemed to cover up some of the...
Yeah, damage. He means damage.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Kim, we need to talk about responsibility.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject.
What do you mean?
If you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us.
No, I meant like la responsibility. You know, the kind that gets assigned.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stability?
Oh, Kim was not there with us when we met that guy, so he shouldn't know about that.
You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
For this whole situation.
Now I understand.
The lieutenant nods his head gravely.
Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility.
How did you know?
Simple. Because moral intern types love to form committees. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villedron, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his young companion. Now, was there anything else?
Nope, that sounds like a good frivolous side task to me. Let's go speak with the young guy. Heard a little snark. I think Kim is getting more comfortable with us. I wonder if the artist is still in here. Is this him?
Hi again, Gendarme.
Yes, it is. And he just told you the facial hair was better because it hid more of your disgusting mug. I'd say he's feeling fairly comfortable. True. Referring to Harry as us makes more sense than you expected. You know, I didn't even think about it when I said it that way, but true. I need to talk with your Sunday friend again. It's about committee business.
Oh, a committee. How interesting. And if I may ask, Gendarme, what is this committee about?
He's all bemused skepticism. He doesn't actually care what you want with his friend.
It's about assigning la responsibility.
God, of course it is. My friend is always trying to convince me I need a little more responsibility, as though I don't have enough going on already. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. We don't talk about everything, you see.
He gently taps the end of his cigarette with his forefinger.
He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course.
I guess I'll have to look for him along the coast.
I guess you will.
All right. We should probably talk to the Hardy Boys again while we're here. Leave.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
It's you again. What is it?
Claudia says she wasn't raped.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Damn, listen to the way he talks about her now that she doesn't do what he wants.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels...
Lurking, have a good one,
betrayed.
Commercial. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Merch for you, Lurk. Welcome back, Brian.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
The way they all talk about her. Wow, these people could really use a lesson. Oh, we've got ads. My apologies to anybody who is not subscribed and doesn't have Turbo. We do have 3 minutes of ads now. I think we're just gonna roll through these since they snuck up on me, but I do apologize. We either have to have them every hour or when people first find the stream.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy.
Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Time to upgrade Jarvis to version 4.0. Good luck.
Another apocalyptic actor in town? This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
Have a good one, V. Thanks for hanging with us. Hope you get some good rest. Appreciate you.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
Where can I listen to this?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
His voice echoes like thunder in the small room.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
He repeats calmly in a hushed voice.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
That's enough for now. I'll get back to the investigation.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Fine, I'll listen to it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
I'm going to take off now. Okay. We're going to unlock a new slot. And we're going to put actual art degree in it. Art for the win. All right, I have an idea where I can listen to this tape. The pawn shop guy has audio equipment. Bet I could play it there. Derivative. Wait, what? I missed something. Derivative of what?
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. chipped, dented. They stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle.
Don't know,
on
just
top.
being snobby.
A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Can I just play a tape on one of the boom boxes real quick?
Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. Never have, won't now.
Shopkeep, the Stereo 8 approved machine here.
Is the Harman Welshie W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Just saying art critic stuff and pretending you're evil Bob Ross. Can I get a discount on this boombox? A police discount.
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real.
He seems like an experimental man. And what Sonic Experience is more experimental than the Door Gunner Megamix? Certainly it'd give you a discount if he knew you'd play that.
I'm not just doing any police work. I've got the Door Gunner Megamix here. An era-defining work. Let's do 4 real.
4 real is offensively low. But just this once. For the music, concrete, cop.
Okay, but what if I don't have 4 real? Not at all concerned about spoilers about this game, because by the time you get around to playing it, you would have forgotten. Now, if I talk to him again, is it
Top of
still
the morning
4?
to you. How may I be of service? Perhaps. I just like... Yeah, we still have those boomboxes on the shelves.
Oh, wait. Hey, Navin, welcome in.
Boomboxes wait on the...
Okay, so I just need to make 4 real. Do I have items that I don't mind selling?
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service? Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I could do it if I got rid of a couple of these things, but I think I'll come back when I have the 4 real. Did you do with those mutton chops? Those are definitely worth 12. Is a pawn shop after all? Used beard seems fine. I'm again at a point where I don't quite know what to do. Doing well, kind of sleepy, so might head to bed soon. Well, I hope you get some good rest. Brian, thank
I
you.
really enjoy how chill your streams are and all the love that's present in this community. Oh, and I gotta contribute even if just in a small way to having your nails done for the e-girl transformation ad knock coffee show love 100.
Brian, thank you so much for the 100 bits. We really enjoy having you here, being a part of things. I really appreciate that. And yes, that is going towards our final goal for the TwitchCon fundraising. We are 175 points away. Initially, I said it would end August 31st, but I will extend it up until my last stream before I leave for TwitchCon. So, if anybody's interested in getting in on that. Thank you again, Brian. All right, what can we find to do here? Nice chilling with y'all. Thank you, Gold. What color nails will we do if we reach it? You know, I thought I would defer to you, but I kind of thought maybe, like, Twitch purple. I head to bed to catch some shut-eye. Have a nice night. Have a good one, Gold. Wait, e-girl transformation, am invested. Yes, it was one of my TwitchCon fundraising goals. We hit it at 1,800 points. Commercial is going to make me over at TwitchCon, and we'll record it and put up a video for you all. And at 2,000 points, we'll do nails as well. Twitch purple sounds awesome, honestly. I think I could rock it. Yep, it was Commercial's idea, so thank you, Commercial, for the push to help with the fundraising and volunteering your time, of course. Glad you're going to TwitchCon. Hope you have so much fun. Thank you, Navin. Gonna be with good friends. Oh, what's this over here? More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. BRB trash can ripped? Oh no. Trash from some unending party. Painted with pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
The laundry room is flooding. Oh no. Yeah, Michael, go. Don't worry about chat or letting us know. Tell us when it's all done. Go take care of that. Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I should, and I do. Point at your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Fair
What
enough.
did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. Hey, thank you for lurking. Hope you're well. What's your name?
Estelle.
And your surname?
Why?
And from the police, it's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Berger.
A very common name. You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
Got it.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Yeah, but can I play tapes on that thing? Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys.
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
She didn't want a hat. I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why is that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
Let me guess, these rich people are not from around here.
Aren't they? I thought they were as Vachalaire as any of us. Just way richer.
Oh no, they're foreign bodies, agents of international capital. You only need to look close enough.
Maybe you're right. Most of them do speak 3 languages.
So what trouble you've gotten into with the police?
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
Wait, what is in Faubourg?
Is this a rhetorical question?
No, I literally can't remember even the most basic terms sometimes.
Faubourg, not in Faubourg, is a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol, possibly the world.
I know what Jamrock is, but let's say I didn't.
We are Jamrock, sort of. Martinez is called North Jamrock sometimes. Jamrock is also a ghetto, only smaller than Faubourg.
Jamrock is a district of Revachol comprised of the following quarters: Pox, Villa Lobos, Central Jamrock, Grand Couronne, Old South, and the Valley of the Dogs. Learning is great.
And why did you have to move out when you were so young?
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
Drinking, partying, and disco music are bad for you. You should take me as a warning example.
She nods very cautiously.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for Nordic dance music. like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
She looks at the old wooden church up on the poles. As a mean wind comes bellowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice.
Just encountered a Reddit bot that gives trivia about sunflower seeds whenever sunflowers are mentioned. Oh, I think I've seen that one before. Yeah. There used to be more bots on there. I've heard the API situation is trickier now.
There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Right. Electronic instruments like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes. This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments. What comes after it, you wonder?
Howdy, Dark, and welcome in.
Or something finer?
So you want to turn the church into a club?
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it.
So hungry. Well, good thing it's your lunch break.
Hey, you two are cops.
Yes, why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
We really should. I'll talk to them.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
Did you put the padlock on the church door?
No.
No.
Not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
Okay, if you personally didn't, then who did?
Yeah, you know. That's what I meant. Noid did. Noid put the padlock on the door.
Why did this Noid person put a padlock on the church door?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell ya.
Enough about the church then, I had another question.
Go ahead.
28% chance to pick up the tape recorder. Let's try it.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath, you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
Half tempted to get something additionally to the leftovers you have for lunch. I don't blame you. Actually, that's it for now.
Okay. Bye.
Just doesn't look like enough food. Yeah, I know the feeling. Treat yourself.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Sure enough, Kim.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Okay. Interesting. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
You see, a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
It is called Disco Elysium, it is.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably anodic music.
Together with a Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need, the place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Like the thumbnail for the guy by the light, Noid. Enough histrionics, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I feel like you may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about these dope heads and burnouts?
They're spooky.
Spookiness is not a matter for police investigation.
You know, officer, you really should judge that for yourself. But keep in mind, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it, tell me more. You're back, it was Meep. I have no problem believing that. Sorry that everything happened all at once for you.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Sully told me Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
Oh, so you met her. Good, good.
He's not as glad as he would like you to think. There's concern in his voice.
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
She probably sabotaged the trash too. Maiko, honestly, I did not, it did not even cross my mind that you didn't mean that Meep was responsible for both things. I just naturally went, oh, Meep tore the trash and flooded the laundry room. That tracks. Old Church Dance Club reminds you of an actual church that was bought and repurposed into the ambient church music venue, and it is indeed awesome.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's a good cop to be. Has a nice ring to it. Smart cop. You wouldn't want to be stupid cop, now would you? But still, maybe he's just sucking up to you.
I get by. Now, where was I with that padlock?
He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key. All right.
42% chance to be the cool cop.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Ouch, goddamn asshole. What is wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now?
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You almost murdered me, a cop. That's use of lethal force.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
Pulls out some black paper from his belt pack. That's the least you could do.
I hope that settles it. Or wait, the key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
Hell yeah, $25.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Everyone in that tent is so awkward right now. Indeed, it's almost painful. Almost as painful as my eye. Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
Surprised I haven't received more bribes.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
What was that about some thing watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human? As in a ghost? Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure there was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. A cell was alone.
Feels
that
crab
time,
man.
But I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building. There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastes own the church. Who are these ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Now humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
all you want is coffee. Oh, but I understand your dilemma at this time. I believe in your ability to make a choice that is most fulfilling and healthy for you. Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a club for hypnotic music in one of their churches?
Totally.
There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat, nod your head.
Feels good.
Yeah, look at us, we're getting a little party going. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah,
He's coming around. You're getting it.
I now understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Hypnotic music is about love, and so is the Pericarnassian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata, the place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
No spoilers, these guys are some of your favorite
Do
interactions.
it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled, too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Wow, I only have a 3% chance on this logic roll.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting.
Logic 5. And then I have -2 because I'm convinced I'm the smart cop. So that gives me 3. So yeah, I need to roll 12s or 2 6s to pass that check. Even if I put like a hat on that gave me +1 logic, I still would.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice.
Really just don't
She
want to
looks
see a
up
fellow win
as you
today.
approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help you, all right.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, Crabman, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
The lieutenant nods. His face is stone. What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
Come on, quit stalling on me. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
The lieutenant raises an eyebrow.
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
A gangster crab man. You were wrong. I do believe you.
Why?
Strange things happen.
Okay then. They certainly do around me.
Screw Fazbits, we've got a real crab man, right? I'm cryptozoologist cop. Of course I'm gonna believe in the crab man. I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Silver bird? Aha, okay. Maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Actually, that's it for now. That's clever, Maiko. Good night, all. Awesome streaming company as always. Have a good one, Roger. Thanks for hanging with us.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
The lieutenant nods at you. Pull on the doors.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city,
strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. This figure was added later. It's not part of the original church. Music is kind of great. Yeah, always great. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. Sounds like the Pale.
How do I know what the Pale sounds like?
From recordings of the Far Pale. You've heard them. We all have. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Turn to Kim. What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Okay, 17% chance. I'm not banking on this one.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
What's the darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork. The sense of a great height.
Try to make out something. Anything.
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
He follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is that you are seeing. Blink.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Have a good one, Brian. Late night last night, so early bedtime for you today. Be watching as he does off. Have a great one, Brian. Thank you for hanging with us. Hope you get some good rest.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Oh, hold on. We've got a breakthrough here.
Art degree. contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliché and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of. Lip-wristed, premature, ill-informed attempt at. Talentless fuckfest. Recidivistic shit peddler. Pedantic, listless, savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another.
This is your inner monologue anytime you've finished something creative. Or maybe that's just me. -1 hand-eye coordination, handshake from anger, how shit it all is. Wait. That might have lowered my chance to successfully paint this wall. Does that mean by getting an art degree and becoming an art critic, we've become less good at making art? Conceptualization passives heal +1 morale and give +10 XP. Okay, I'm set for morale. I don't believe I need any more morale. I am just loaded with morale and morale recovery. I really could use some physical recovery, though.
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently.
So not disco, but also most disco.
The crab man.
Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in general. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershoal. Hold on. Stop it right there. Pussy, what's with this?
Here we go. Here's a chance for my feminist agenda to kick in. I'm not scared, I just don't understand why the female sexual organs have to be associated with weakness.
You really got a case of frayed nerves, pussy. And this usage comes from pussy laminus. Everybody knows that.
Also true, or at least I have heard that. Some Shutter Island shit. I've actually never seen that.
Oops.
Chill out, man. Here you could receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem, and it's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Kim, don't do me like this.
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention.
Fuck you, Crabman! You don't tell us what to do! Tell him!
For some reason, I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the church. Thought gained, wasteland of reality. Now this sounds like another cool thought to internalize.
This is the church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
Do you know where the other spooker is? Point at the strange machines around you.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Wait, so there is another person living in the church, and it's a viejita.
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is.
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me. How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Ese. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
Wait, do they have reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
So what do you think? About the nightclub, that is.
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Hey, it's your neighbors who came up with this name, not me.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Wait, did you also carve all those sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
I see what you've done there. It's as if these figures are trying to become one with the church, or perhaps with the mother herself.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crab man and a wood carver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
So many people losing their memory, a certain portent of doom.
Nah, Ese, it's not like that. Best thing that could happen to you, losing your memory.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
All right, this is a bit of an awkward time, but we are coming up on our hourly ad, and frankly, I could use a real quick restroom break, so I'm going to go ahead and break right here for just a minute. I'm going to try to come back probably before the 3 minutes are up and get right back into Disco Elysium, but I'll be back in just a moment. So thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all. See you in a bit. All right, looks like clips are still not working. Well, thank you for trying. I'll have to look into that command in particular because before it was just that shoutouts were not working, and I'm pretty sure they are now. We've had shoutouts for people today, right? And I'm pretty sure they've worked. But anyways, thank you for hanging out, and wait, Nami, we'll get back into Disco Elysium. Say, my name's Harry, and extend your hand for a greeting. Huh, that's the strangest thing, because the other day, I tested it, and it worked. I tested it before stream. Weird, bot broken. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, my name's Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
He ignores your hand, his limbs a mere shadow below the ceiling. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Oh, is the perforation... That's gotta be pale. Who is this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
I guess you have a point.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I still don't understand.
It will take time. Don't sweat
it. Why did that voice line double up? I still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
It doesn't really make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, way. It didn't belong to me.
Right. I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
He responds, his voice suddenly flat.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Okay then. Thanks. Cracked pane of glass, colorful. Spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. Portable Harman Waushi tape recorder. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tapes spinning on empty. Is it possible it's recording something?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yes, but what is this strange thing?
A radio computer. We have one down at the station. No, I don't know how to operate it or what it's used for. Let's go.
This is the Ream Prefect radio computer, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer. The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the Ream Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits.
Wait, just let me investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good morning, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
Fortress Accident sounds familiar.
The company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCS produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual.
I wouldn't know. I'm only here for passwords.
And what's that, this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. What's the personal log?
The filament you have inserted into the core.
You mean that glowing thing with the tape on it that said log February to March?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
She says as her voice disappears into a whirl of static.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Oh, hey, Wei, there's coffee in the back. Oh, wait, I meant the mother's love.
Have you by any chance heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Ese. You need it for something.
Honestly, I just want to break into her radio computer, see what's on it.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Oh, I don't have an option to say anything about it. Okay then, thanks.
I think we're done here, Ese.
The figure crawls off into the darkness above.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The speaker comes to life.
Good morning. Votre accident on Saint-Bruce. Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death. Kim, there's more to life than doing that one tiny little thing, you know? More to life than our job. Afterlife, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise.
Sounds like Chill Streamer Cop.
Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
Read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. Read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Or what percentage of cops would be home and done with their report by now? Yeah, I wonder if I could have solved everything by now. But you know what? There's too much other interesting stuff going on in this world. A data loss.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
I like how Kim, even though he's chided us multiple times about spending time on things not focused on the main murder investigation, is right here along with us saying, yeah, let's keep reading this. Artists, programmers, Lexi, who are all those people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
Read the 5th entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Hey, Space Monkey. Hope your day's going well. Wish you had found this part on your playthrough. Would have helped you with a different area you found. Interesting. It seems like there is a lot to find in this game. Hope you're having a great one. Yeah, things are going well here. Hope your workday's good.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right, toward the silence. Read the 7th entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
Work is going all right. That's good to hear. About lunchtime for you, I imagine.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be? Look at the water basins behind you.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
She must be describing a cell.
A girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the 9th entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping-ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
That's a good point, actually. Gonna get yourself something to eat.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're not just breaking in. I'm pursuing a mysterious lead, searching for my lost identity.
You won't find any answers from here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Okay, how do I know when that is? Oh, look, money. Oh, and shoes. Ooh, +1 empathy. I don't think my current shoes are doing much for me. Composure. I use composure sometimes, but I think I'd rather have the empathy points. Free shoes, free shoes.
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to her. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
No.
But you know he's around.
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
Okay, it's probably not a big deal then.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Her voice trails off as she bends over to tinker with the machine's printer. Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIM prefix processing unit.
RAIM Prefect, that's your radio computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
I don't really know much about anything in this world, to be honest.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR-1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians.
Yeah, radio computers, that's an interesting concept.
Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIM prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Isn't your RAIM Prefect radio computer made exclusively for the government use?
So you do know something about computers. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by the government peeps.
And you work for the government?
No, I don't.
So why do you have it?
Because I needed something good for my investigation, and RAIM Civic is widely agreed to be below all standards. So I had to upgrade. Besides, owning a RAIM Prefect isn't such a big deal anymore.
No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see RAIM Prefects in every police department, for example.
How did you get your hands on it?
I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition. I was actually aiming for the military-grade RAIM Rational series, but couldn't find one. Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as RAIM Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off. But it does have better compatibility with newer antenna models, so I won't complain.
Right, I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
You're occupying a public space. I need to know what you're doing here.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
Yes, finally. This is what I wanted to ask about. Tell me more about the research. I want to know about this silence and if it relates to the Pale.
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. Dang, Kim is invested. I am too. This is the kind of stuff I wanted to know more about.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Oh man, how could I fail my logic, and by 1 point? Hold on a moment. Does it mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it?
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Does it have anything to do with ghosts?
Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
What about other supernatural entities?
I don't believe in them either.
What not many know is necroplasma exists.
Great. What are we talking about? And why?
She gets back to work, a clear signal that this branch of the conversation is over. Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
You said that the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Love how much you sound like a lunatic and everyone just deals with it. That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now. No, I want to know everything about it.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about hypnotic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Have you even listened to it? Like, actually listened? It's hard out here for me and my 12 kids. What's up, Boogie? How you doing?
Yeah. Like, all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
Deep scientific discussion. That's where the Crabman lives.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for hypnotic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
Still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for hypnotic dance music. They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Right, I'll let you work in peace now. Tell Andre about Suna's thoughts on the nightclub. If I have to choose between these two, I am definitely choosing the woman who very well could be unraveling the mystery of the Pale over the nightclub. Sorry, but Apocalypse Cop beats Art Cop. Hardcore to Zemega. Oh, this is a thought to basically get sober. Okay, we're doing this. I only need 3 more experience points, and then we are doing this. Wasteland of Reality. What's up, Poncho? Good to see you. Hope you're well.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Goodbye, officer.
Okay, we're gonna do everything we can to get some logic going in here. Funny how wildly different my playthrough has been from yours. You know, now I'm gonna have to see other people's playthroughs just to see how different they go. Same, Micah, you were thinking the same? Am I doing good, though? I need to know if I'm doing good.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Okay, 28% chance.
Well, first of all, you're a smart cop, and a smart cop like you would understand if something wasn't quite right. So this should be easy.
Mm-hmm. What's the gist of it?
The gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well.
Good is a lie cooked up by the rich to keep us down.
Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out. It still feels as if this didn't quite go as it should have. But...
About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh, man. Who is he? What did you think?
He gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
these guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
You basically were Rockstar Chaos Cop and royally fucked up just about everything, so you'd say I've been more conventionally successful. I'm conventionally successful. I love it. As far as I can tell, he's not going to leave. He'll climb around up there, and guys, you'll never catch him.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
You're just going to have to live with the Crabman.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah! Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
You were sad, boring cop and messed up maybe half the things, missed a quarter, and got a quarter good. I bet that quarter was real good, though. I bet it was. Using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Excellent, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place. Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
You were the guy that ever demoralized to death. See, I'm pretty good with my my morale. It's my physical health I'm a bit worried about. You may notice I only have 2 ticks of health and nothing to heal with.
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
The love? No, I'm really not feeling it at all.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
She did not like the Anotic Dance Club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her.
I mean, if she's trying to find silence, then you would think constant noise would be helpful because all she'd have to do is move the recording equipment to where it no longer picks up the constant noise. So I feel like maybe both people can win.
If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist, coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye.
Tom has some bright ideas, thank you, Stin. We'll see if we can pull them off.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
All right, got your message.
Good.
All right, what do I have for suggestion? Did manage to befriend both Kim and Kuno in your playthrough. I've made some breakthroughs with Kuno so far, but we're not at friend level. One of the most grating things is whenever it says you don't need to sit down since you've already sat in that chair.
Yes, what is it?
83% chance. Come on.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
Alright. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
What is an offsite copy and why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
Always fun to watch a game you're on the fence about turn out amazing. Ninja, you've been looking into this one?
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Just wasn't sure if it was for you. You know, I wasn't either after I kind of bounced off of it the first time. I think the voice acting really helped. Really sold it for me. And then I think just getting into the game a little bit, because it does... I mean, it's got an interesting start, you know, but definitely as the world gets revealed, there's a lot more. Found that location early and had no idea what to do with it. Ah, got you.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
She stares at you with pleading, furious eyes. Once you started to understand the voices, this game grew on you quickly, right?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
By your old workspace, do you mean the studio of Fortress Accident in that office building on Plaza?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Oh, okay. Now I understand how you found the place early. Wait, bookstore lady, you mean Plaisance?
That's her name, I believe.
And where exactly is the offsite copy?
There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. It's hideous.
All right, I'll go look for the offsite copy.
Thanks.
She thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar.
And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
Qualsund, nice.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Qualsund.
You messed this quest up royally. Welcome in, a smug little shit face. I'm assuming that's what your name says. It could be shot face, who knows. Good to have you. Let you work in peace now. Let's take a look at this cool new multi-tool. All right, I wanna feel like me again. Let's put the clothes back on. I liked the bonuses I had. Detective core a little bit. All right. Now, we've got a way to walk. It won't be so bad. This game is actually, for as much as there is packed into it, it's pretty compact in size. You know, I didn't know what we were going to do with today when I started. I had no idea this was here. We've been talking a little bit about our own previous playthroughs, so now feel the motley urge to say no spoilers, no backseating, etc. Yeah, I think everybody's been good about that, but it is a good reminder. I don't think anybody in particular needs to hear that right now, but... Oh, you've been vague, chat. Yeah. Yes, I've discoed at the Elysium. Alright, Plisson.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Sure, I got more or less paramilitary always judging me because of my name. Let's see. I was told that there's a huge fridge in the building cellar. Can you lead me there? I like how when you equip the flashlight, it ends up shining directly in the face of whoever you're talking to.
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
Farewell for now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this'll do it.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens.
Wait, is there a way that I can use this, or do I need to increase my pain threshold to try again? Okay, it looks like I need more pain threshold because I've already... Well, maybe not. Am I just not understanding a mechanic of how this works?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you.
Yeah, feel free to tell me if I'm missing something here. If not, if I need more pain threshold, looks like I have to unlock a new attempt. Okay, I have a plan. I only need a couple experience to level up. And I have an idea for something that's going to get me that experience. I think there's a tape recorder in my shack here. I think if I play the tape, it ought to give me 5 experience, and then I can use that to get pain threshold and try the door again. Oh, okay. It was not a tape player. Okay, but I do know where I can buy one. We're just gonna get all kinds of quests done at once.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves.
Thanks for the discount, man. Here's the money for the boombox.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Nice. You think Kim has to jog slower when Harry is around? Good question. Alright, interact.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Play the tape. Okay, so I don't know what we're gonna hear on this, but this game has some pretty mature subject matter, and this is about a sexual assault, so just keep that in mind.
You push command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The rest of the tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
I agree. He also sounded inebriated.
Still.
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
Who's this Cordy?
Cordy could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
What's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
You think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Okay then, what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
Okay, I kind of thought I would get experience for that, but maybe when I talk to Klaasje. I love how I just let myself in whenever.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, She sounds amused.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why say things like that? Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Persona?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Twitch friends, if you're watching on Twitch, we do have ads coming up in about 45 seconds. I will be playing past these ads. These just keep the pre-roll ads off for people who come to the channel and find us, and also help support the channel, so thank you for bearing with those.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Hold on, he said he was mentally done. That sounds like a broken man to me.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
You like this kind of stuff?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
The memory makes her smile.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Level up. The lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
And I got my health back. Better not to mention it.
The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's clearly sensing something. A spike in testosterone levels, perhaps.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
You liked it.
Quite a lot, yes.
What did it represent, do you know?
It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
For showing off to chicks. How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself.
She leans even further back to demonstrate.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean?
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
She pours herself some more coffee.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Change of topic, perhaps?
Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
You were both from Orania.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
A military man, but not a patriot.
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
You don't seem like much of a patriot yourself.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Moindi. The old, old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
His eyes were blue.
Yes. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies. It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Kim, I said to put the brilliantine on the form. Do I get a point?
No.
But I put it down there.
Okay, sure. Here you go. What else are we missing, officer?
Tell me something odd. You know what? We're going to ask these in the order of least likely to end the conversation to most likely to end the conversation. We requested a semen screening from processing.
Good for you.
What do you think it will tell us?
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after intercourse does it have to be? I don't even know if he had sex with someone else. We didn't go steady.
Is she avoiding anything? Technically not. Technically not. Come on, man. Listen. You can't trust them. It's just you and me.
Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
She seems unsurprised.
Just have her answer the question. Don't give explanations.
Please answer the question, miss. Did he enjoy the moment of his death?
I don't think he enjoyed dying, officer. He had too much left to do. Too many third world conflicts. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
Wait, but I can't trust drama.
No, it doesn't check out. Can't you see she's clearly avoiding something here? That's a strange thing to suggest. The lady is as fair and just.
Something miraculous is coming. He told me.
The lieutenant blinks. His expression does not change. All right, let's see where this is going.
From way out in the northwest, he told me.
Cool.
I think we're finished with this line of questioning. Hand the lieutenant back his notes.
All right.
Lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Let's return to this later, miss.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
It's what she said, yes.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
You can't trust drama. So when dealing with Klasia specifically, my character had an event where it was determined that many of my faculties are, shall we say, besmirched with her and are overlooking key points of things that she's saying and giving her the benefit of the doubt. So at least Volition has established with me that the other aspects of my psyche are not to be trusted when dealing with Clash. And maybe drama is right and Volition is wrong. My gut says not in this case. She did feel like clearly, I don't know, the whole idea of her dodging that question felt very right to me. Where is this going? I know where this is going. We're about to ask how old we are, I bet. What if your gut is just Volition in a trench coat? Where is this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Miss, how old do you think I am?
Huh. How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer. Look who's finally awake.
And see, now Volition is saying, hey, rhetoric is paying attention now.
I don't know. As old as time itself? Ageless? 50,000 years old? I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is an apocalypse cop?
I think I'm circa 45.
You're not.
He's squinting at you.
Sure he is. You know, age is just a number.
Yes, but for him that number is higher than 45.
Savage.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on. I am not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
Date of birth generator. I have so many thoughts that I want to fulfill. But what I do know, I know getting roasted by Cam. What I do know is I need more pain threshold so I can get this door open. And also a little more. Oh, I thought pain threshold increased your health. I guess not. Little did he know he's actually 25. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. Fresh out of the police academy, rising through ranks at record speed.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminoese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Okay. I'm okay with knowing the answer to this because I'm not sure I'm getting it. Is there some way to use the multi-tool that I'm not understanding? It doesn't seem to be adding anything to my roll. And I only have a 42% chance.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Check your clothing. Yeah, I'm not getting a benefit from it. It says equip this to open locked containers in the world. So it feels like I should be able to unlock it, not ram it down. We'll grab both of them. Let's go.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminoese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Google recommends save scumming. Really? Oh, but I've played so much of this without save scumming. The dark side. I'm only doing this because she gave me a tool to open the door, and if it's not going to work for some reason, I don't know, it just feels like I should have an option. My understanding is that once you're through the curtain, it's brute force. So what was this good for at all then?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminoese trinkets and charms.
Oh, check your clothing for bonus. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Is that blood I'm
Are
seeing?
you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door.
Is it physical instrument or is it pain threshold?
A heavy door.
Pain threshold. Yeah, I got nothing for that.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminoese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Ow. Shoot.
Are you alright?
What is going... I warn you.
It barely looks like...
Alright. One more, maybe?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you.
Okay, one more didn't do it.
Of Seminoese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Man, what has my luck been?
Ow. Shoot.
Are you alright?
What is going on?
It barely looks like...
Maybe this is me being taught a lesson about save scumming.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminoese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Try crying. I think the same thing happens. I think I've tried both.
Ow. Shoot.
Please don't cry. I don't want anyone to see me
Are
cry.
you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down... I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you...
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however.
Yeah, 42%. I'm imagining that Kim is casually watching you put the pry bar away and then body slam the door repeatedly. I'm gonna, not that I don't trust your Googling skills, Maiko, but I'm gonna Google and see if there's anything for how to use the pry bar. At this point, I'm sure you must spend a little bit of time doing something else before trying again. Safe scum prevention measure. Investigate to your satisfaction, officer. Yeah, it really looks like there's only 2 ways to open it. So from what I saw, the multi-tool is actually for something different back here. Here, take this roll. Yeah, I need that. Oh no, that's luck 1. That is the last thing I
With a
need.
missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side.
One
But
more
you've
try.
done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
The lieutenant stares at you as you stand there silent and brooding. Smash into the door and shout, "Fuck, it hurts." Poster says, "Sidious, Fortis, the rest is worn off." Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe. Thank you for the GGs. Oh, Kim has something to say. Now go to the hospital. I think this may be the Artemitep's boxing club for young athletes.
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Sand is dripping from a punch bag. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Large demijohn? What is a demijohn full of strange liquid? Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. It's like the remains of the 24-hour window repair shop. Thick glass bottles. Gotcha, thank you. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth-bitten. This is Emma's atelier. Production schedule filament memory. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
The layout of this building is giving you a headache, I understand.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. This looks like an enormous improvement on the classic We're Out setting, much more advanced, light years ahead. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
If I've been here before having a case of deja vu, we have read about Welkin in the Wirral board game.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Whisper, one of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Jova, what's up? How's it going? Lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow.
Good. Did you save the world yet with art? No. we internalized our art degree thought, and then we realized that so much art is shit that now we lost hand-eye coordination because our hands shake with anger at how much shit art is, apparently. So, still working on the saving the world thing, but I'm not sure if art is going to be the vehicle.
Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss, an abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being? The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too.
This is for
Sparse
the...
and cryptic.
This has got to be for the call-in radio game. Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
This must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Wait, who's the Game Master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of air width alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else? Squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? This must be the giant ice bear fridge that Suna mentioned. Look inside.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim. It's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. But where's the filament memory? It's not here.
Hey, I can't see the off-site copy anywhere.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Listen, he's seen some shit. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
An ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio. so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the offsite copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully Soif.
Put the note away. I know the answer to all of these. Okay. Items. Oh, is this not the ice cream maker? Flashlight casts a strange shadow. There is a hidden doorway here. Oh, maybe it's that. Maybe there's more than one ice cream maker. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine light on the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Inspect the rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks nice. Take the rifle.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean, a rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Hell yeah, I'm not gonna turn that down. Broken Belle Magre from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. Oh, let's go ahead. Let's unlock a new slot. And let's put Wasteland of Reality in there. So that's 20 hours. We gotta let that one cook if we're ever gonna make any progress on it. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Frozen ice cream maker that's still running.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Turn the ice cream crank.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here, or something stronger, like the Kvalsund KR2 multi-tool.
So, you know, I thought I had that in my left hand. You know what I've had in my left hand this whole time? A boombox. The items look awfully similar.
Didn't Sona give you a perfect tool?
Equip the multi-tool by going to
And
the
now
tools
I'm
tab
getting
in
the
your inventory.
tutorial read.
From there, you can equip it to a health...
Okay, look, just in my defense. Multi-tool. Boombox. Or tape player. You can't tell me they don't look similar. Oh, do I have another level? I don't. Okay.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old, turning the crank. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Maybe it needs to be in my right hand?
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand cranked. Turning the crank is all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Does anybody know why this is happening? I thought... How far back is my last save? Oh, that's a way back.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Plug the black
Something
cable.
close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Very smart. Opening the lid should be much easier after the ice cream maker has defrosted.
And plug the giant red cable.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slow.
I think I was seeing this come up when I Googled earlier, people not able to use the multi-tool with the ice cream maker. Weird you never used it, but you were ripped. Yeah, it seems like, it doesn't seem that it's actually, like, helping anything. I guess let's start a new save. Wait for the melt.
This orange machine is dead still. It has ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzund multi-tool, but your fingers slip away from the tool. The lid shutters tightly as before, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Okay. So it does mention the multi-tool, so I guess that's all the use I get out of that. I wonder how long we have to wait. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the street. The wall collapsed, it's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, Upstairs.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? You should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
A thick layer of coal, a lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Yes, Hadramut Karzai, smear your cheeks black with coal.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I am the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmarin warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
83% chance.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark place, and I need the protection my war paint affords.
And this protects you.
This is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
He stubbornly looks away from you and the furnace.
Just pointing out, this is not traditional Seminese war paint. No idea where you got it.
Kick it with your foot.
A hollow ring.
Oh. That's not good.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
So I'm guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end bad.
Try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Okay. Just gonna check my save here. And I actually think that's gonna be a great place to leave off for the night. Thanks for being here, being part of a great stream. I really appreciate it. We got a lot done. I wasn't quite sure what we were going to do when I started up, but we made a lot of progress on this. So I appreciate you being here for it. Let's go ahead and close it out. My gut says and don't tell me like specifics, I don't want to be spoiled, but my gut says we're entering like the late phases of the game. So I'm feeling like, who knows, maybe a couple of streams or something, and we might have this wrapped up, but I'm really, really enjoying Disco Elysium. I hope you're all enjoying it as well. It's been a great game. Nah, I just started. Yeah, I could be wrong. Who knows? All right. Let's go ahead and close out of the game. Thank you for the stream and good night. And thank you, Jova. Thank you for being here. We are going to go ahead and first of all close out YouTube. YouTube, thank you for being with us, whether you caught us live or caught the VOD later. I do stream on YouTube when I'm streaming on Twitch. I also post YouTube videos. I've got another one that I'm working on right now. So if you like videos about games, sometimes indie or obscure games, or just a variety of topics, please consider subscribing to the channel. It is free. It'll let you know when I post a video, when I go live. Until we catch you again, take care of yourselves. Thank you.